They'll run down the hill in one of the most storied entrances in all of college football. Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers since 1945. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Boilermakers will kick it away to start. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So Clemson's offense will get the first possession of the game. And here he is. Let me tell you about this wide receiver. He is a route-running, DB, toasting, pass-catching, touchdown-scoring, woo, son of a gun.
I can't wait to see how this defense is going to try and corral this guy, because you play man-to-man, you risk him running right by you and catching the deep ball, but you play zone and you give him the opportunity to potentially make yards after the catch. You're going to have to be really careful trying to cover that dude.
Yeah, a nice job by the defense understanding who their go-to guy is. That's the guy they want to feature. That's the guy they want to feed with good reason. He's a great player, but a great job by the defense taking away that primary read and making sure they don't make a big play.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. To the air, it's Klubnik. Quickly complete. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running it to the right. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
He'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
He's got his man. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. So Purdue's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. One matchup to watch in this one is how well do the backers tackle in space, David.
Yeah, and you've got to have great linebackers to get this guy on the ground, and they've got it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, a lot of head-to-head battles, linebacker versus running back.
Yeah, tackling him in space, but also covering him out of the backfield. These two dudes are going to be shadowing each other all game long.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice... He can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a bit. Moving the sticks for a first down.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Still looking. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. So far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their cue.
Throws toward the end zone. And that pass intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend, and you saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. They'll try to power their way ahead. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down. Moves away as he feels pressure. Complete to the right. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. And the Tigers are threatening on first and goal. He's looking to throw. He's got it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. Looking for a productive play on first down. A quick pass to the left. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. He kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And the Boilermakers have a first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Might as well give it to him again. Still running at the 40. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Boilermakers! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the final 41 yards covered by that touchdown strike. They're lining up to boot it away.
Number 35 set to kick this one away.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative playing safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He's got it. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking for a man. It's Klubnik. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
This is a receiver who's so dangerous once he has the football in his hands. That's a simple slant pass, but after he catches it, he's able to work in the middle of the field, finds the open green, and get the first down.
Fires and picked off.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They are pinned deep, and this crowd is letting them have it. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. Hand off from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Fighting to get it out of the end zone, and I don't think he made it. He did not. It's a safety. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. On first down, here comes this offense. Used the play fake, now to throw. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Those kind of plays can be huge for momentum. Even with the short return, they're set up at the 45. He'll start this drive firing. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Going deep. Intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You've just seen in this game, the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his 2nd pick thrown in this game.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football.
And it falls in complete. but it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's McCoby. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
I love it. I'm never of the mindset, take a knee, go to the half, whatever, man. If I can try to find an opportunity to put some points on the board, I'm going to try to do it. I like the offense.
He's taking the shot. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They go to work in the 3rd quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
They go to the draw. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Boilermakers decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against him.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Looking for more room. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Purdue!
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They get to him as he throws. He's got it. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Clemson jumps to the line.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Can't hold hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Let's see what they've got on second down. They keep attacking through the air. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Ball carried by the running back. Runs out of bounds at the 46.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He's got it, and they convert. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB.
And his fifth interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And, man, could they have used that? It'll be second down. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. They're going back to the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which colored jerseys they're wearing? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Defense showing blitz here. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the right. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. Going up top on first down. Pulls it in. It's Brown. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Clemson is quick to the line. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility for the guy in that slot position.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Fires to the tight end. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. off the bootleg and rolling out. Deep shot for the end zone. Picked off. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play. First down for this offense. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. Got room on the return. He's at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
Number 7.
The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point is good. The lead is 19.
That makes the score.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
It's complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Clemson has just been prolific at the receiver position. More scheme or more talent. I'd argue it's both, David.
Yeah, I argue more talent over the years, just dudes on the outside that win. And you know what? I think Clemson, as much as anybody in the country, has always featured those guys. And you want to play one-on-one with those guys, or you want to give them a cushion, like they'll throw it.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup, and still short of the first down. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. He lofts one down the sideline. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the first and goal. Back to the air one more time. He makes the grab.
Well, I like the idea by the quarterback on that throw. He's just trying to spit it out to the perimeter quickly and give this guy a chance to advance it, but the accuracy was terrible on that one. That was a circus-type catch for 0 gain.
Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be third down. Back to pass. It's Klubnik. Snags it. And he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
Well, we saw the coaching staff on the sideline challenging this offensive line to end this game. They've got the lead late now, and they know they're going to continue trying to run the ball to ice it.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
The Boilermakers will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Finds his man. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Tigers want to crank the tempo. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Gets it out quickly. Good job running that route and get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Well, this defense has just had this QB's number all game long. We're here in the 4th quarter, and still he's not able to set up in the pocket. He gets flushed to the outside, nothing open, and it's an incompletion.
He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Tigers.
It was a really nice job on the route concept because they got the safety occupied, which opened up the deep middle of the field for the receiver on the post. He uses his speed. Nice job by the quarterback, putting it out in front of him. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone.
And the extra point is good. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Michigan is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Ann Arbor for a long time. They're up by 15 over Nebraska. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the offense on 1st down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Tackled at the 31. They'll give him 6 on the play. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first.
Timeout, Clemson.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Down to the 26-yard line where the tackle is made. Pickup of 5 and a 1st down. The defense calls a timeout, trying to get itself organized. From the gun, running back on the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense was confused, and the head coach uses a timeout. From the gun, the ground game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
Clemson, 9.
Fair catch called for and made. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Quarterback empties his backfield. He wants to start this drive with a pass. It's caught downfield. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down. Clemson jumps to the line. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. to throw. It's Klubnik. Going for 6. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Clemson.
And this is always an interesting spot for me now because you're going to have to go for 2 regardless. I don't know if it's now or if it's later when you score, but at some point you're going to have to pull the trigger. So that's a you decision, but nice job by this offense getting the touchdown now to give yourself that opportunity to have a choice.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. A first down for the offense. The quarterback takes a knee. You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different